Everyone's got an excuse. What's yours?
How you doing, YouTube? This is Will from Will Development, here with my fifth, I believe it's my fifth, weekly update about my progress for, specifically right now, getting to MegaCon 2015. I gotta close this thing. You remember that beautiful man I mentioned in those other videos? He's back again and he won't leave me alone. God, he's so beautiful. Keeps distracting me. So, let's see, let me just jump right into it. Weight, I'm up to 195, body fat back down to 20%, and workouts went good this week. I actually squatted with a bar on my back for the first time in about almost a month on Monday, and it felt good. My hip didn't feel like it was about to shatter, and my lower back didn't hurt either. I'm working on my squat form because not that I sit a lot, but I sit kind of a lot at work, but then kind of not, you know, it's like, but then I wear boots with raised heels, so it hurts my calf, my Achilles length. It hurts that, which can be a problem for squatting, and it's my problem because my ankles are basically tight, and my hips are a little tight too, and it causes me to kind of lean forward too much when I squat. So I've been basically what I'm gonna do now is Mondays, when I do my leg day on Mondays, the squats I'll be doing are heavy squats. Once again, I'll be reintroducing the bar, and I'll be doing leg extensions, things like that. And then on Thursdays, when I do my leg day, it'll be for endurance training basically, and I'll be using a milk crate for box squats to help work on my form more. And Thursday I'll basically be not using lifting shoes, because I want to try to help lengthen those muscles and those tendons back there. That way I can squat better and properly and work on that primal movement better. Diet. Now, I did change my diet a little bit this week. It wasn't like drastic, but it was basically normally what I do is I use about 4 ounces of chicken per meal, I'd say about 2 cups of rice, and probably less. It's probably like 1.5 cups of rice, and then like 1/2 cup of beans. So I get a lot of protein and a lot of carbs, and not a lot of fats, relatively. And I've changed one thing a little bit. And then what happened was last week I gained 2 pounds in 1 week, which is unusual for me. Normally I'm gaining 1 pound a week on the diet and exercise program I'm doing right now. So basically something was wrong, you know? So I had to change it. And I knew it was because I cheated for like 3 days in a row. I ate just absolutely shit. So I changed it, and what I did was I upped my chicken intake to about 6 ounces, about 2 extra ounces. Doesn't sound like a lot, but that's about 12 more grams of protein, which is significant when you think about it from just a food source. Lowered my carbs down to about 1 cup, maybe 0.75 of a cup. And the beans I kept the same, just because the fiber from them and the carbs that are in them is not... I treat those kind of like vegetable carbs. They're not significant enough to... it's like... They're not, I don't count them. They're like free carbs and free protein. It's like drinking a soda. It's an empty calorie. That's like an empty carbohydrate. That's how you have to look at vegetables, basically. Because I don't factor my veggies into my carbs or calories. I don't. Because the ones that I eat, carrots, broccoli, and cauliflower, you know, broccoli's fructiferous. Cauliflower is basically nothing except, I believe, vitamin E. And then carrots, they have some sugar carbs in them, but it's not enough to be significant, especially since, you know, it's a vegetable. You know, the sugars from it it's not significant enough to like freak out about. It's veggies, relax. Just fucking eat them, they're good for you. It's no question. They definitely keep you regular. Whew. I shit about 3 times a day. It's rough. Hashtag bodybuilder problems, man. So I bumped up my protein, lowered my carbs in order to lose some of that fat, because I always said I wanted to hover, during my bulking, I want to hover somewhere around 20 to 22%, and I don't want to go any higher than 22. I don't want to go any lower than 18 while I'm bulking. If I go lower than 18%, I'm going to just assume that I've lost some muscle, even if I've gained weight. Well, I'll probably lost weight if I do that, period, actual poundage. And so that's one thing I combated while I did that. So I'm at 195 and I'm back at 20% body fat. Stomach's still flat, abs ain't popping yet. I'm gonna release some videos. I released one this week, two this week, because Sunday's technically this week already. Yeah, so I released 2 videos. I released the one of my carbo load, and then I talked about calories. I got one coming out about carbs. I have about 4 videos I've already edited. I just need to sit down and tell YouTube to upload them, and then I'll publish them, piece by piece. And the reason I'm going to do that, and I talked about this doing it last week, and that's exactly what I did, except I only had like 1 or 2 recorded, because after I went back and watched them, I fucking hated the ones I had done, so I redid a bunch. And then I'm probably going to rewatch these and hate these too. So I think I'm just going to sit down and just crank out a bunch, edit them all, and just start uploading and not look back. Just go. So, yeah, I'm going to have some more videos coming out. I have a list of ideas of things to talk about. That I just need to record, basically, and then I'll publish them and all that good stuff. Other than that, workouts have been good this week. Diet, I already mentioned that. My weight, body fat, all that good stuff. I did want to just touch on it. I'm only going to talk about it for about a minute. It's basically the cutting and bulking idea, because people, I'm sure, they don't say it, but I'm sure they think it when they look at some of the photos I post and they see that I'm hanging, 20% body fat's pretty significant for somebody my size. When you look at it, you can tell, you look at my arms, they're big, and there's, when you look at the bottom, there's really not that much fat hanging on the bottom. There's some here, and if I pull there, it comes up, but that's solid and all that stuff, and my chest is solid, my back, my lats and traps and all that. That's all solid, but 20% is a little bit to hang on to. But I've got till fucking April. And basically what's gonna happen, and I've talked about it before, I will bulk until December. And then when I start cutting, it's gonna be kind of a slow cut. But I wanna get down to about 15 to 12%, which is it's gonna be lean. But the thing I wanted to talk about was basically how that's going to change my workouts, because that's less nutrition, and I'm going to have to change my supplements basically based on that. Not necessarily my supplements, but I'll probably have to add some extra fats in there. I'll probably have to start eating olive oil and throw in some more fish oil. I do take fish oil supplements now. I started taking them about a week and a half ago. I like them. I felt more recovery, I'd say. Things like that. I don't know, I feel generally, I don't know, it might be a placebo effect. I feel better taking them rather than not taking them. But I'm not going to go straight to a ketogenic diet where I just eat like straight up meat all the time. But I'm going to do it slow. I'm going to start in January, and from January till April, it's 4 months I'll be cutting. For the first 2 months it'll be slow cutting, really slow cutting. And then for the third month, It'll be medium pace cutting, and we're talking about a half a cup of rice per meal versus the 1.5 to 2 cups I'm eating right now. So carbs are going to be significantly lower. I'm going to add more chicken into my diet. Like instead of 4 to 5 ounces, I'll probably be eating somewhere around 6 to 7. So more protein from that. I'll probably double the protein as I half the carbs. And then fats, I'll be taking a lot of fish oil supplements and probably eating some fattier fish. Salmon, tuna, things like that, to help make up for the fact that I'm not getting carbs. But that'll cut me a lot faster. And then that last month, that's January, February, March. Basically, end of March, beginning of April, like the 3rd week of March, I'm going to start the hardcore cut, which is like my calories will be significantly lower and everything. I mean, I'll probably be eating about 2,000 calories a day, while still maintaining the workouts and all that. And it's going to be tough, but I'll keep you informed about every step of the way. Please ask me questions. I got ideas, I got videos I'm planning on releasing. And I'm not saying I'm running out of ideas, but I'm running out of ideas of shit to record. Tell me what you want to see. Please, leave me a comment, hit me up on Facebook. What I mean? On my wall, on my Will Development wall, leave me a comment, hit me up on Twitter, even Instagram, any of those places, and just let me know what you want to hear, let me know what you want to see, let me know what you're curious about, controversial shit, whatever, just let me know what you want to know, and I will make a video about it. But I just needed to know. I can go into a lot more specific detail if you ask me a much more specific question. I think that's all I want to talk about this week. So, as always, keep consistent. It's the most important part. If you're trying to get anywhere, just be consistent. Just to remind you once again, I do not have good genetics. Like, fucking A, you think that's good genetics? And shit, If anything, that's horrible genetics. I know they're unrelated, but still. If you saw my parents, it's not good genetics coming from that. I digress. Just stay consistent, everybody. I'm Will from Will Development, once again. Find me on Instagram at Will Development, Twitter at Will Develop MNT, Facebook.com/Will Development, Google Plus. I always feel bad because I leave Google Plus for last, but I don't think anybody goes on there. No offense. Hey, this is a Nexus. I love Google, okay? Like, I love Google. I'm thinking about buying the Nexus 6, but I think I might not. I don't think I'm ready for a phablet. You ask me anything, and if you can't, you can just ask me questions. I'm right here, because I'm trying to make it so when I ask you what's your excuse, you don't have one. Because if your excuse is you're uninformed, and you have the internet, and you're watching this, then what is your excuse?